Buddha or Karl Marx? Six. Then, brethren, the king arose from his seat and uncovering his robe, from one shoulder, took in his left hand a pitcher, and with his right hand sprinkled up over the celestial wheel, saying, Roll onward, O Lord, wheel, go forth and overcome, O Lord, wheel. Then, brethren, the celestial wheel rolled onwards towards the region of the east, and after it went the wheel-turning king, and with him his army, horses and chariots and elephants and men. And in whatever place, brethren, the wheel stopped, there the king, the victorious warlord, took up his abode, and with him his fourfold army. Then the rival kings in the region of the east came to the sovereign king and said, Come, O mighty king, welcome, O mighty king, all is thine, O mighty king. Teach us, O mighty king. The king, the sovereign warlord, speak thus, Ye shall slay no living thing. Ye shall not take that which has not been given. Ye shall not act wrongly, touching bodily desires. Ye shall speak no lie. Ye shall drink no maddening drink. Enjoy your possessions as you have been wont to do. 7. Then, brethren, the celestial wheel, plunging down to the eastern ocean, rose up out again, and rolled onwards to the region of the south. And there all happened as had happened in the east. And in like manner, the celestial wheel, plunging into southern ocean, rose up out again and rolled onward to the region of the west and of the north, and there too happened as had happened in the southern and west. Then when the celestial wheel had gone forth conquering over the whole earth to its ocean boundary, it returned to the royal city, and stood, so that one might think it fixed, in front of the judgment hall at entrance, to the inner apartments of the king, the wheel-turner, lighting up with its glory the facade of the inner apartments of the king, the sovereign of the world. 8. And a second king, brethren, also a wheel-turning monarch, and a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth, and a seventh king, a victorious warlord, after many years, after many hundred years, after many thousand years, command a certain man, saying, If thou shouldest see, Sirrah, that the celestial wheel has sunk down, has slid from its place, bring me word. Even so, sire, replied the man. So after many years, after many hundred years, after many thousand years, that man saw that the celestial wheel had sunk down, had become dislodged from its place. And so seeing he went to the king, the warlord, and told him. Then that king did, even as Strong Tyre had done. And on the 7th day, after the royal hermit had gone forth, the celestial wheel disappeared. Then a certain man went and told the king. Then the king was grieved at the disappearance of the wheel, and afflicted with grief. But he did not go to the hermit king to ask concerning the aryan duty of sovereign warlord, but his own ideas. Forsooth, he governed his people, and they so governed differently from what they had been, did not prosper as they used to do under former kings who had carried out the aryan duty of a sovereign king. Then, brethren, the ministers and courtiers, the finance officials, the guards and doorkeepers, and they who lived by sacred verses came to the king and speak thus, Thy people, O king, whilst thou governest them by thine own ideas, differently from the way to which they were used when former kings were carrying out the aryan duty, prosper not.
Now there are in thy kingdom
ministers and courtiers, finance officers, guards and custodians, and they who live by sacred verses, both all of us and others, who keep the knowledge of the Aryan duty of the sovereign king. 2. O king, do thou ask us concerning it, to thee thus asking will we declare it. 9. Then, brethren, the king, having made the ministers and all the rest sit down together, asked them about the Aryan duty of sovereign warlord. And they declared it unto him. And when he had heard them, he did provide the due watch and ward protection, but on the destitute he bestowed no wealth, and because this was not done, poverty became widespread. When poverty was thus become rife, a certain man took that which others had not given him, what people call by theft. Him they caught and brought before the king, saying, This man, O king, has taken that which was not given to him, and that is theft. Thereupon the king spake thus to the man, Is it true, Sirrah, that thou hast taken what no man gave thee, hast committed what men call theft?
It is
true, O king. But why? O king, I have nothing to keep me alive.
Then the king bestowed wealth
on that man, saying, With this wealth, sir, do thou both keep thyself alive, maintain thy parents, maintain children and wife, carry on thy business. Even so, O king, replied the man. 10. Now another man, brethren, took by theft what was not given him. Him they caught and brought before the king, and told him, saying, This man, O king, hath taken by theft what was not given him.
And the king spoke and did even as he had spoken and done to the former man. 2. Now men heard, brethren, that to them who had taken by theft what was not given them, the king was giving wealth. And hearing they taught, Let us then take by theft what has not been given us. Now a certain man did so, and him they caught and charged before the king, who, as before, asked him why he had stolen. Because, O king, I cannot maintain myself. Then the king thought, If I bestow wealth on anyone soever who has taken by theft what was not given him, there will be hereby an increase of this stealing. Let me now put final stop to this, and inflict condign punishment on him, have his head cut off. So he bade his man, saying, Now look ye, bind this man's arms behind him with a strong rope and tight knot, shave his head bald, lead him around with a harsh-sounding drum, from road to road, from crossways to crossways, take him out by the southern gate and to the south of the town. Put a final stop to this, inflict on him uttermost penalty, cut off his head. Even so, O king, answered the men, and carried out his commands. 12. Now men heard, brethren, that they who took by theft what was not given them were thus put to death. And hearing they taught, Let us also now have sharp swords made ready for themselves, and them from whom we take what is not given us, what they call them, let us put a final stop to them, inflict on them uttermost penalty, and their heads off. And they got themselves sharp swords, and came forth to sack village and town and city, and to work highway robbery. And then whom they robbed, they made an end of, cutting off their heads.